So this is the sketchbook that I used when I was in university, and I just really quickly want to show off the front and back cover. Let me make sure it's in view. So it is covered in stickers of all kinds, as you can see. Some of them I made myself, like by printing out fan art. Some of them were like when I voted for the first time because I had just turned 18. And then there's tons of stickers from people that I went to school with. Some of them I know, some of them I don't. But they were lots of stickers from people who graduated from my school during the time that I was going there, because we did a yearly, like, show off your work type of thing for the graduates. And so I collected stickers and just slapped them all over here for kind of inspiration, but also just because it was such a huge blank canvas, basically. And I just wanted to share that real quick before we get into the actual flip through. So let's just get started. So this sketchbook is from when I was in college, by the way, which was from 2016 to 2021. I ended up taking a semester break, so that's why I ended up graduating in 2021. But these first few pages are from whenever I had like homework and stuff in my classes. And so you'll see lots of notes. You'll see even teachers' notes and stuff and grades. Um, Sometimes I wrote down what it was from, sometimes I didn't. It just kind of depends. And you'll see taped in notes. And yeah, so this was very beginning of my process or my schooling progress. Um, but yeah, I was having a lot of fun with this sketchbook. Maybe not at this point, but later on I started to. And there's lots of notes of just different things. Like, and very, very light sketches because these are so old. Some of these artworks are almost 10 years old now at this point, which is crazy to think about. Um, this was kind of like not the first time I did collage, but the first time I actually enjoyed collage, which is crazy because I hated the class I did that in. um, Lots of figure drawing and like, um, oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Still life. Oh, I guess I marked here that this is the start of second semester. I didn't even notice that last time. Started adding some paints and stuff from my color design class, which is when I met my favorite professor. Yeah, let's scoot this over so I can. I don't know if you guys will be able to see these very well because they are very, very light at this point. I started spraying them as I went, um, but it kind of did not work all the time. This is a painting I had to recreate, but using different colors. Um, but yeah, some of this stuff I just kind of I sprayed it, but it's still all over the place because it's mostly graphite in this sketchbook. So there's a lot. I still have this painting somewhere, and it's one of my favorites. Actually, I used to have a folder back here. That's what this is, and had a bunch of artwork in there, but I guess I took it out for some reason. Gosh, this was when I met. Whenever I was doing this stuff, this was one of my favorite teachers, and I had her 3 times, and I loved her every single time. Um, Highly doubt she's gonna watch a YouTube video because she was a little old lady, but I loved her so much. Is when I found my love for painting in my sketchbooks and just doing whatever the hell I wanted, basically. This was from a egg drop thing where I was trying to make a drink me thing, and then I think I completely did not use that design because I was just too lazy. But this was from a sculpture class. Here I even taped in, so this was the collage that inspired the painting. So I actually taped it in here. That's interesting. This was the first repeating pattern I ever made in a digital art class. And then here, I think this is just taped down notes from typography. We have, I had to make my handwriting into a font, which was, I should do that again now that my handwriting's a little different. This was when I first tried acrylic wash, and I love this so much, but it is so expensive, I rarely use it. And then I taped in one of my prints from each, I think, well, no, this is not all of them, but I actually don't know where these prints are anymore. Did some collage, and I actually never finished this sketchbook because uh, it's just massive. This was when I was in an anatomy class. Um, Gosh, I love that illustration of Nikki tutorials. I never watched her until I actually never watched her afterwards either. But when she made this video, I ended up making art for it for school. Some studying of bones and stuff and random paint swatches. I think I was in a painting class and I needed paint swatches for something, and I just kind of taped them in wherever I could. This was gesture drawing, which was really fun, and I would love to do this again. We went to a dance class on campus and just did gesture drawings for like a week straight. And like actually, maybe not even a week, because these all say the same date. So you can see how it progressively, yeah, these are all from the same date. It was like really fast. So, and you can see I started with pencil and it was getting really muddy, so I switched to pen at some point. But yeah, those are really fun and I would love to do that again. Ah, a skull that is not very good. Ah, this is actually a Dead by Daylight comic that I made. This is very funny. I wonder if I can still find this because I should have the original, which is a like painting, like physically painted. Some old illustrations. That's an old illustration of Mari. This looks like, oh, this is my planning for the one print that I never did, which was for Bella Goth, The Sims. Looks like some more figure drawings. And then these, I actually think I drew all of these out, but I did not do those two or the other two, which I think I didn't have anyone for these, but now I do. Um, but these were supposed to be mini prints of my characters. They're all one color. Oh gosh, Alice and Evelyn. We never see these characters of mine. This is for my big 15 character illustration that I really hate how it turned out. This is when I got into using colored pencil as the first draft, and it looks amazing. I love that. Ah, I tried painting this illustration, and actually, I don't know if it's on my YouTube, but here, I can just grab it actually, because I've not hung it up yet. So I actually tried painting this on this big old canvas and hated it. So I repainted over it, and you can still see some of the red from underneath from it. But yeah, I like this a lot more. But I should have a short that's a speed paint, and you can see what the original painting was. I love this spread, and I've posted it multiple times, and everyone's like, "Why did you draw feet?" And it's like it was a class. And hey, I think they look pretty damn good. And then I did some faces, and some sketches here. Something like this, where all the pieces are broken up into different paintings. And then this is Star, who I did a redraw of her at one point. I wanted to go in. So these were the artists that I was following closely at that point. I had a couple more, but I ended up taping them into a different sketchbook. Gosh, the terrible cardboard head project. I kind of wish I would have done spirit because that would have been cooler, but also I'm glad I didn't because it would have been much more work. So there's that. A bunch of Inktober drawings that I did. And I think this is the almost last page. These were from my illustration class, and then this was me trying to figure out my logo and business card and stuff. That is my college, one of my college sketchbooks. I do have more. This was just the one that I carried around whenever I was in studio classes. After that, it just stayed in my art locker, and I didn't really do much with it, so that's why it never got filled fully up. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you for hanging out, looking through this sketchbook with me, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye bye!